My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I am reviewing from the House of Creed original Vetiver Eau de Parfum. This is £185 for 50ml. The notes are bergamot, bitter orange, mandarin, vetiver leaves. The heart notes are white pepper, coriander, pink pepper. The base notes are Mysore sandalwood, vetiver, ambergris, and Tonkin musk. Do we have our bottles of original Vetiver by Creed? Are we engaged with the high self? Let's get testing. I really would love a metal cap. I know I keep saying and I sound like a broken record, but this is a very expensive formulation and it should have metal. I got the box from Selfridges, lot number and reference number and all that stuff. People have asked me to review this. I will go through the house and review everything, obviously. And apparently it doesn't contain massive amounts of vetiver. I'm going to review this in line with the Creed ethos, which is light, airy, inoffensive, and has that Creed thing, which is sort of always has a clean finish to it. I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what they will do for vetiver. There's 3 types of vetiver. I got one called Bourbon vetiver, and then there's 2 other types. So I'm curious to see what they're doing with this. One is smoky, dark, photonic. I don't like that one at all. One is light, airy, sort of clean. It just smells really, really clean. I like Haitian vetiver, I think. And the other one I just don't like at all. And that smells a bit of cigarettes, which is not really for me at all. I will be doing a vetiver fragrance. That's like really heavily vetiver fragrance at some point. Fragrances I really liked. Green Irish Tweed or Git. I'd love to see that brought up to date. I love that one. It smelled as it is like a 90s fragrance, so I like that one. So I'm curious to see with this one what it's like. I mean, it's very nice. It has an aquatic note to it, cleanness to it, super wearable. But it really is not much vetiver going on, isn't it? The original vetiver, I kind of thought it would have been, well, if you put vetiver in the name, it should be vetiver-centric. I tell you what I do like about it. Obviously the light nature of it. I like the smoothness that's coming into it and the sort of supporting of their herbaceous notes with ginger. I quite like that. When you use muscone and the muscone-like raw materials, even at trace amounts within a formulation, it has an effect of smoothing and rounding of formulation. I really like that with this because when you're working with isosuper, acetates, all that stuff, and the lineal compounds and citronella, all that sort of stuff, it can become really harsh and it can become quite abrasive. Feels like corners are sticking out. They're quite harsh raw materials, quite metallic, which has its place. When you smooth out a formulation with muscone, it's very nice. You kind of get this sort of smoothness with it, with the muscone-like raw materials, which they're saying is the Tonkin musk. And Tonkin musk is from deers, and I would hope nobody uses deer musk anymore, because it's kind of disgusting. We don't really want to do that as a civilized people, do we really? But using the muscone-like raw materials, you get that smoothness from the formulation, and that's what's happening within this. Sweet as well, isn't it? It's kind of sweet. You can smell the ginger and muscone within the formulation. I think it smells very nice, but if you've noticed, I'm going in quite close, and for £185, I want to smell it. I kind of want to enjoy it. I want to feel it radiating out the skin. I want to feel the sillage being mental and coming off. You know, I don't really want to be going in and smelling it or using moisturizers or using, you know, fragrances like carbon or other musk sort of like formulations to fix this problem. For £185, I really want to feel like I want the fragrance radiating off. I would love to know if you feel this has been reformulated. What was it like when it first came out? Was it super radiant? Was it just like awesome? How much longevity did you get from it? How much projection did you get from it? It has a incense-like quality to it, and if you've got it, you know what I mean. If you sort of smell it, allow it to develop and dry down. I like an incensey quality to it, and they're smoking it out with glac wood. Glac wood has just been used to smoke out the formulation. This is a beautiful combination of musk working at the top, musk working at the core to smooth it, and Breathlite to clean it out, other musks to give a clean finish to it. Obviously, Helio and Isosuper within the formulation. On to my final thought. I quite like it. I'll be really honest with you. I think it's really well crafted. I think it's very, very nice. But the longevity and projection is really not what I would consider particularly very good. I think you'd have to smash this on and put it on your clothes and all the rest of it to really get good projection. I think you'd have to reapply it. And for £185, sound like a broken record, for £185, I want your money to be spent well. And I want you to feel like you're getting value for money. And so for something which is lasting me an hour, I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about it? So I go to my final marks and give them my thoughts. The box is, I had to look pretty close because I thought, oh, this is going to be a scandal, a drama, that this was going to be where I couldn't find any allergens or anything. So this is safe legal compliant. I would drop on the floor if this wasn't. Interestingly, when I was like frantically looking inside, it has the history of Creed. It says in 1760. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But what do we think about this? What do we think about it? So I'm trying to formulate in my head what I think about it. The projection on my skin is kind of pretty much gone. And for £185, I feel a certain way about it. I'm like a 7 out of 10. I love the scent. But for the price, for the longevity and projection is not outstanding. I personally cannot recommend a fragrance that's gone. What is it? 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I can't recommend it. I think it's better for fragrances out there, but that's my opinion, of course. So we love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance reviews. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.